What is just a placebo effect, but most people don't realize. When I trained tech support, our agents would always get pushback from customers when we asked them to power cycle their phone, which 9 times out of 10 would fix their issue. So, I had them tell the customer to read them some numbers off the back of the battery when they were still removable that we absolutely did not need. Then we told them we refreshed a few systems and they put their battery back in and it's all fixed. Alternatively, when batteries couldn't be removed, we'd tell them that if the phone was powered on while we did the update, it could ruin their SIM card, so they'd make sure to power off their phone. I'd do nothing. They'd turn it back on, and it worked great. But if I had told them to power cycle their phones? No way. I absolutely love this story because it's so true. Just 2 days ago I told a client to close his web browser and reopen it to fix an issue on our page. He'd complained of it seemingly slow today despite videos from several team members demonstrating it wasn't. He closed and reopened and voila, it was fixed. Actually, he'd had the browser open for months and it was gobbling memory and needed a restart. Sir, when you click on tabs, how many do you see? Oh, it says 99. Yep, that means it stopped counting. Click the damn X button. But those are always the easiest calls with the most grateful people when you fix it for them. I worked at a kid's birthday party place for a couple years in high school. So many kids will cry because they fell over, bumped their arm, etc. Never anything bad. I'd say something like, "Can you shake your foot around? Does it feel better? How about jumping in a circle? Alright, we are going to blow on your hand so it feels better, and then ask if they are ready to play again." Works like a charm. Also bandages for little boo-boos. They think they are healed and get right back to being happy little kiddos. Any band-aids with cartoon characters on them instantly made my students feel better. Do commissioned creative stuff. If I deliver same or next day, people don't think I spent enough time on it. If I wait 3 days to deliver, people are happy because they assume I worked on their project non-stop, even though I was done a day or 2 prior. I'm freelance artist and once I painted my client's dog portrait with acrylic. I took photos and sent it to her and she said she wanted to fix some part of it. Like hair was too dark and mouth was a little bit too big. Few hours later I accidentally resent one of the photo I sent to her again. She immediately replied, "Yes, this is what I want. I haven't touched up anything more but it's okay." This reminds me of a story about a restaurant manager who received a complaint from a regular customer because the restaurant didn't carry Hunt's ketchup and only Heinz. So one day the manager just put Heinz ketchup into a Hunt's bottle for her and she couldn't tell the difference. Loading spinners on web pages. I once had a user complain to me a web app was too slow and it was pretty fast. So I tested him by making the animation spinner spin much faster. He went to my boss to praise me how much faster the web app was. Spin.js is what I was using. Not even a spinner, but we added a message after loading that said nearly there when it got to the next step, and we got significantly fewer slow loading complaints. My dog's medicine coming out of his treat tin instead of medicine packaging makes a seconds ago disgusting medicine taste mysteriously treat-like. I just tell him to his face that it's a treat when it is clearly a pill covered in peanut butter. Same here. Without the peanut butter, I just go, "You want a treat?" like I normally would, and she comes running and scarfs the pill down. I then of course give her a real treat for being good. When you give your young sibling an unconnected controller after he/she kept bugging to join the game. My husband and I call this playing pretendo. As a former lifeguard, I can assure you that whatever cleanup you see lifeguards doing after someone vomits in the pool is almost certainly just show. There isn't really anything you can do. You just let the filter/chlorine take care of it and pretend to clean to please the suburban moms. The original Febreze was unscented, but nobody believed it worked, so they added scent to it. You're telling me Febreze isn't just the smell? I thought the odor trapping was the BS part. Can't remember where I saw this, so it could be wrong, but the odor trapping bubble action that's seen on the ads is actually pretty close to what actually happens in real life. I believe I heard on Radiolab or something, but the scented Febreze was very difficult to create because they needed to develop something that smelled good but wouldn't get neutralized by Febreze. Your perception of bad luck. The human brain is predisposed to remember bad experiences more vividly than the good ones. Thus, for an example, you may say your luck is always awful at tolls, when in reality you only get stuck in traffic 20% minus 50% of the time. When my cat wants fresh food, but he still has some in his bowl, I pretend to put more in there. He usually falls for it. Does the bowl have high sides? Eating out of bowls instead of flat plates can sometimes cause issues with their whiskers touching the side and being overstimulated, since they are quite sensitive. Not sure if it's really placebo, but there is research done on how a car door should sound when you close it. A flat and boring pank sound would do just fine, but a lot of people find that soft, plush and yet firm schrumpf sound reassures them the door is closed. Someone please do a better job here describing car doors closing because mine sucks. My friend's husband is a sound engineer, IDK if that's the right word, for this exact thing. His entire job is making sure that the car stuff sounds right. I sold Christmas trees as a kid in junior and senior high school. Learned a trick for super fussy customers who had me hold up multiple trees to show them. After the 10th or so tree I'd yell to my coworker, "Hey Mike, if they don't want this one put it aside for me." Nicest tree I've seen this year. Worked like a charm. When I see salesmen doing this, I always feel they're taking me for a fool. It seems like the oldest trick in the book. I wonder why people are still falling for this. That free shipping is a better deal. It generally means they've added the cost into the product instead, but you feel like you've gotten a better deal. This is 100% true. I used to sell furniture at a no gimmicks kind of place, where they were open about all cost, including delivery. I would do the math for people, show them how we were still saving them tons of money even with delivery. But some people would still walk out and go pay literally hundreds of dollars more for free delivery from Ashley's, and then buy another one in 2 years maximum from them again, because Ashley furniture is shite, and the salespeople are full of S too. Our salesman told us that the sofa we were purchasing was top grain leather, and yet it started to peel within a year. There was no response to multiple emails about this. Yeah, it's one thing to sell S. It's another to ignore the fact that you sold someone S and won't refund it when it falls apart under warranty. How long it takes a coinster to process and count coins and return a receipt. It finishes quickly. So quickly that folks are skeptical of the accuracy. So a fake delay with fake counting noises was built in, giving folks more confidence in the results. That's amusing and I absolutely believe it. A lot of scans do this as well. Not virus scans. Those just take a damn long time. But sites that show you the best deals are often done in 100 milliseconds. They are not really doing anything that intensive. Just make a few requests to Auto Trader or whoever, which probably only returns 15 cars, and sort by lowest price. But people wouldn't believe it was the best price if it came back instantly. They wouldn't think it looked hard enough, so they make them wait a little. Definitely, I've used a background check website that goes through a big elaborate series of scanning records progress bar animations. They even divide it into segments, like checking criminal records, checking property records and so on. But here's the thing. They only do all this rigmarole if you search for someone's name on the main site before you have made an account. After you make an account, the exact same kind of searches are done instantly. I swear my car performs better immediately after it's cleaned. This one is true though. If Gran Turismo taught me anything, it's that washing your car can add 5 to 10 HP. Don't forget to change oil immediately after purchase on a brand new car. A lot of these psychology tricks and tips you'll see online, just in general, a lot of them have no scientific proof, but they work because everyone thinks they do. This is how I actually live my life. I just tell myself things like these and placebo myself into changing my mindset or mood. Yeah, LSHLD, try it works. I'm a big believer in the saying it's easier to act your way into a new way of thinking than it is to think your way into a new way of acting.